It's probably not the best graphic quality, but if I go up any higher, I won't be able to play. Let me know if it's horrible, because I can go up like 2 or 3 more. If it's like really bad. If I look like a block figure. Yeah, Minecraft.
Fine.
Yeah. If our heads are square, let me know. It stopped sharing? It says I'm on air. Wait a second. Okay, I have no video. Okay, only audio is being broadcasted. Yeah, I know. Hit your share button. Hit. And then you just go, instead of like taking the video, you just start through there. So, if you, let me hit share again. Stop this. Stop broadcasting. Invite players to broadcast here. And try invite you again. Both microphone and audio are being broadcasted and you are on air. Alright, it should be bringing you right in then. When I used to watch with SharePlay with you, that's how I would do it. If this don't work, I'll just use SharePlay. Can you see me? Okay.
This camel makes strange noises.
So you're there, but you're on a slight delay. Like, I'll tell you when I click the door to going in. You can tell me when I actually click it, so you can see how much of a delay it is. You can tell by my jumping. Okay. Oh, that's something I can do. Broadcast settings. Event settings. Audio settings. Include audio in broadcast. Share party audio. Include microphone audio in broadcast. Okay, so I turned that off. Now you shouldn't hear me twice now. Do you only hear me once now, Miller? What's that? Okay. turned my audio broadcast audio off, but it didn't put a slash mark through the microphone. I don't know. Maven sprinting. Are you there, Promise?
I'm an Alvin.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't wait. I'm glad we didn't help him at Warden, too. Or, excuse me, Glaveness, whatever. They took it.
I'm an Alvin. We have the flag. The boss is here.
I'm about 3 minutes from you, including load screens. Some of the newer content is quite visually stunning, I will say. The clockwork area. Yep, they put some time into it. Looks pretty cool. I had to go out and explore it and just check it out. I didn't really even do anything. I just ran around and looked at it all. You are gonna die. Hang in there. Is Allie with you?
I don't know. I don't see her.
You're an Elven? Okay. I'm zoning in. Hopefully. They fixed the load screens before this? Oh, good lord. It was bad. Always behind that thing. It's kind of glitched in there. It's not a bad thing. Yep. Healing Springs, or see, to you it's really, really green. To me, it's not that bad. Right. Yeah, I'm colorblind, so it don't really matter what it is, you know. They fucking look. This is the only way I could get the two to look different. Man, this glitch is nice. Like, remember the spot. Left hand side. Why am I not executing?
This Delta thing is good, but I don't know, man. But down here,
That's just it. Does it fit? Does it fit the sewers? You know.
like that boss, I don't break. I usually don't break a sweat on it, and I was on my toes.
Yeah, well, remember me the other night when I put my heavy armor back on? It was the same idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am better off that way against bigger Zergs with that Fury set.
Mm-hmm.
See my
Yeah,
ultimate,
flag.
Miller? Watch this. It stopped. You can sit there and switch bars because I'm wearing this set. Got the werewolf hide on. You generate 5 ultimate every time you take damage. Well, it's more like every time you're in combat. And it's more like I've sat and the other night just gained 80 ultimate after the whole thing was over, just swapping bars. It's broken.
Found the
I,
boss.
I haven't seen a video on it, so
Pulling.
I'm pretty sure not too many people know about it. It could have been going on for a while. I mean, the set's been around for a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's one of those things that a lot of DKs overlook. I mean, if you're on this bar, you hit your shield, you can just hit your heroic slash like that. I mean, you're going to generate ultimate. If I switch back to this bar, bang, I'm generating ultimate again. Lay the heroic back on. Very nice. For sustain, it's your way of sustaining with only 1100, 1200 regen in medium. It's horrible. This new set, fortified brass. See it there? That's in medium. And then check it out, you stack that. See the one piece on that? Okay, and now this. I should have had them on. Offsets it. Somewhat. And then being an orc with the 5% stacked with the 8% is 13. So at times, it's only a 2% detriment to me. Health regen means nothing because I am a vampire. I don't know. No one else runs it. I like it, so.
Yellow.
Yeah. It's for medium armor. It's huge. This is what Miller's been waiting for. They're fucking killing bosses, man. I've seen that before. See, I try to get run over so I can build ultimate because you have to get damaged. Now flip bar stopped it. I'll get it glitched. I'll show you the Camo Hunter one too. Pretty dirty. Well, I don't know that it's not always been this way, or just nobody ever really noticed. The boss is here with me, taking it to the flag. Bring it to promise. Debuff you. Get the fuck off. She's gonna take a minute to get here. Some ads to build ultimate. Huh. That's not really a good spot for her. Oh shit, get that flag buff. There we go. Fuck, I had to use an extra dodge roll because I'm an idiot. Yeah, that's a little better. Kinda. Yeah, it should. Not really. Whatever.
Oh, that guy got nuked.
If that guy last night, man, he must have died. I don't even know. Holy. I felt bad for him. I'm sorry, I didn't have... In chat or in the game?
Orbs.
Fuck. Took that one. That's alright, we got the burn from here, we got enough DPS. Oh shit, put your armor on, Chuck. Alright, straight burn. Yeah, but I'll keep burning. Oh, you tried to heal everybody. Some people just... That's where I always stand, is behind my healer. Oh. See, you're rolling with two people who play Templars. You good. We know the pain. Okay.
You got a yellow on
Oh
the
yeah,
flag?
no, I don't play like that. So you're healing like that, not in first, or you're in first person healing like that. Holy shit. Thank you for your tail bar. Tell your friends. Come again. Okay, so come on. You're here. Buff. You buff this, you buff this, you switch bars, you buff that. I don't know, fucking... Right there, you see that 7, 6, 5, 4, the red fist, and it keeps going back to 7? It'll dip back to 7, back to 7. Right here. Minor berserk. That's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to keep resetting and resetting. But if I'm in stealth, it's nighttime. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about before, but like, if it's nighttime and I'm a vampire, I can get that rally off just like that, just before my eye closes, it'll pop. See it? And then it'll refresh itself. So I can sit like this, ready to gank. And I have invis pots. So I'm set up as a ganking Dragon Knight in medium. But tanky as shit.
They're killing the boss back here? No, these are ads. Where's the boss?
Oh, this Rapids is very fast though. Not used to this. No boss.
Nope, no boss.
What do we got going on here? I think that's a boss.
Here's the boss. They were hiding it, huh?
Yeah. Tricky. Little bastards. Let's get that rally roll. Jam that potion down my neck. Yeah, buddy. Pop that skelly. That skelly form, there's a red in the back. Alright, excuse me. Take it to yellow. Just die. Nightblade just hanging out here. I don't know what his issue is. There he is. Time to die. Pull you out of stealth. Night. Go to sleep. Camouflage hunter for the win. I can't believe camouflage hunter actually worked. Usually you gotta be like inside the person to get the damn thing to pull them out of stealth. I crit rushed and hit it quickly. It's almost like you gotta animation cancel the damn thing Just like that. Fake. And just make a flash. Because if you don't, you ain't catching him. Alright. Give you that ulti. Give me that ulti I've been dreaming of. You find the boss?
Don't see him.
Hmm.
Found him.
Okay. Bringing him to the flag, or you want us to come to you?
Come over here.
Okay. Uno momento. Fucking. Yeah, go on over, Alan. Here it comes. Beep beep. Alright, maiming him up. I got the bash. Got the portal. Maiming him. Fuck, I leaped the damn bash thing. It popped in front of it. Bash, got it. Oh no, really? What am I doing? Got the bash, portal. Keep going on the boss. One ad through, no big deal. Bash. Fuck off. Watch him whip. What? What kind of shit was that? Got the portal. Ah.
Bro, I don't know how much longer I will last. I'm out of juice. My eyes are so heavy right now.
Must be the marijuana. We went at
My
that.
eyes are super, super heavy. Goedemorgen. Oh, as much as I want to stay, I must go.
Heavy, medium, 522. Well-fitted shield, that should be sturdy. That was the sword that I used to use. I paid 500,000 for this sword in gold, decisive. And then I went, I'm going to go open some more AP boxes. What the hell? I might get it. After I'd already gotten it. Sure enough, I got it. And I sold a gold one for 550, or a purple one for 550,000. And it was bent at myself for spending money on that item. And the guy had it in the trader for weeks. I wanted this stupid thing. And it was in the trader for 750K. I was farming the boss every day. I was out getting AP. I was asking everybody and their mother for it. And couldn't get it. It was for sale right in front of my eyes every day for
The boss is
750.
aggro. I aggro the boss somehow.
Yeah, well, you're on your own. Buddy. Whoa.
So you guys be careful back there.
Yeah, I see that now. Fuck.
Turn the corner and there he is.
That scared me.
The way those tunnels are, fucking damn. The boss could be right there and you just don't see him. You walk, boom, wow.
Yeah, all over.
And it's aggro.
So, now you have all your currency together, so you can put all your AP together on one character, or in one account, Miller. See that? Yeah, all your Telvar from all your character, all your RIP vouchers, all your gold, whatever.
Good night, guys. Have a good one. Take it easy. Have fun.
Night, buddy.
Good night, Amy, Ailey.
Sleep well. I'm sure you will. 31 hours of 30, I don't even know, 35 hours something you played. Just Telvar and just going and going and going, trying to make that millions. All right, let's see what's going on. Action Jackson right there. That's my district. Going up to Memorial Alley just to sit on a flag. See what happens. Yeah, it's excellent now. It's I mean, it's no It's not something that is comparable to something you'd be able to get, or somebody who lives in a big city, but it's twice as fast as what I had. So for me, that's like, whoa, you know. Not really sure on the ping, but I know that I'm getting like 40 down and like 3.5-ish up. Come out and set it up. Helped me out with a lot of things, and he used my laptop to set up the settings right for ESO. And he was telling me, he's like, if you would have done this with the cheaper package, you probably would have just not even bought the more expensive package. It's like, well, to be honest with you, you know, all I really want is high-speed internet, and you know, I just want to be able to watch football games. I don't even watch TV. I just watch football. He's like, well, I'll tell you what, if you don't ever call a technician out, they won't shut this cable off, and I'll leave it on. I'm like, okay, sounds good to me, man. So I got 70 channels and high-speed internet, and I'm paying like $60 for the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, this works, but I can't call a technician out. He's like, they'll pull that instantly. I'm like, all right, man. He's like, so if something goes wrong with your box, tell him, say, look, I know how to do this, you know. He's like, you tell him anything to get him not to come out here. I'm very thoroughly disappointed in the Patriots. Lost to the Dolphins. And their struggle to defeat them. No, it was, they struggled to beat them 2 weeks prior. Then they faced Buffalo, kicked the shit out of Buffalo. And then they went against them. Gronk was obviously on suspension. 2 defensive players out. No, he had the worst game he's ever had in his career. Statistically, it was his worst game ever. I've never seen him throw like that. I've never seen him play like that. I don't know what was going on, but I know he was mad. He's 40. He just set a record for most passing yards by a 40-year-old passing Warren Moon. And I mean, he's going for. He's playing into 43. That's his plan. Well, no, he's just straight up saying, I'm going to play till I'm 43. Like, you know, that's what I want to do. He's 40. Exactly. Yep. 2 more seasons. But here's the thing. The dude weighs his shit. Okay? He weighs what he puts in his body. He weighs what comes out of his body. He's a health nut. So, I mean, he's playing with the body of a early 30-year-old. I mean, he takes the beatings well. He stands up well. He's been doing well. He got hit so many times in that game, man. I have never seen... I don't even know what was going on. Like, the O-line was just dropping. Fall down. And it was just pressure. And then he underthrew a guy for a long ball. Like, they easily had the game. They were down by a touchdown. They're like, okay, regroup. We've got a chance at this. We're going to go for it with 3 minutes to go. He throws a long ball and completely fucking underthrows the guy. And it's intercepted. Somehow they 3-and-out the Dolphins. They get the ball back. They have another chance at this. And he throws another ball, and it's completely overshot. And it's like, man, if he just... what I've noticed in Brady in the last 4 or 5 years is he's no Drew Brees on that long ball. He's not as accurate as he was. And he's throwing a lot of short route passes to running backs. because they have 3 running backs, and they're using all 3 of these backs. So he's throwing these little short yardage passes. He doesn't really have a big name receiver out there. And with Gronk out, you don't have anybody. They did not convert on 3rd down. They were fucking 1 for 12. Oh, actually, no, they were 0-12 or something. It was ridiculous, man. No 3rd down conversion. No 3rd down completions whatsoever. And on 3rd down, 3rd and 3, who are you going to over the middle? Like, it's every time. It's Gronk over the middle. Bang. He's going to catch that. He's going to take 2 hits. He's going to pull it in. This is what the guy does. And he wasn't there. And that whole offense just falls apart. It's simple. But it's because Gronk wasn't there for 1 game. Now, had Gronk been not there for several games, they would have found a way to adjust. Like, when he's injured, they find a way to adjust. But when he's just suddenly pulled because he does something fucking stupid, like, he lost my fan base when he did that. Oh. Back to flag. Oh, they want to try a meteor on you. That's their master plan. Our master plan is to smush your face in. Yep, stay within the line of sight of your NPCs. Uh-oh. Get the fuck out. Oh, to hell with it. What's the worst that could happen? Look at him. Nightmare's the healer. I'm on him. Oh. Oh, damn it. 10. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's the same healer. It is that same group. No. Nightmare. Nightmare JDM. Right there. Yeah, oh yeah. Miller, you're probably not going to believe this, but 3 days ago I made a red. I did it. I did it. Everybody said the same thing. I decided when it comes to Telvar, if you can't beat him, join him. Argonian dicted. Yeah, before it actually did something. Yeah. Swim speed was the coolest thing you got. What is going on? Your group access ends in... What in the hell? You gotta go to your damn notifications to even be able to change campaign. Oh, I was screaming. I have speed and movability pots. That would help you. I mean, you have misform. I was talking to Miller and then I was like, get the fuck out! Yeah. You can... Holy... You're coming into the sewer? Oh. Let's see what the sewer looks like. See my struggle, Miller? Is that what's going on with that? Let me see. Uh, huh. I picked up, it's the New Life Festival, whatever that is. So you get double XP? Oh, I think I need that. My red, I made a red stam Warden. It's hilarious. Like, I was trying to mash with these guys and kill them and kill them and kill them, and I'm like, man, I'm just not doing it. Just, I'd get 2 or 3, or I'd kill a few, and just wasn't making it. So I decide, alright, I'm gonna make a red and just roll beside them when they get like that. I mean, I was talking to Money in the Bank. He makes Telvar, sells flowers, makes gold, sells gold. So, dude put himself through college with this game so far, so I started to listen to him, you know? And he's right. You gotta have one of each color if you plan on rolling in the sewer. But only in the sewer. Yeah. He quit. He quit now. He's done college and he's starting into his job, and he's like, man, I don't even know what I would have done without this game the last 2 years. He's like, I wouldn't have been able to work a normal job because of the hours, you know. He's like, I could put in 2 or 3 here, 2 or 3 there. I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he just came back to get the 500K from me, so that, because somebody said like, oh, I'll give you like a $20 gift card or something, you know. That sounds about what it was. Not sure though. Absolutely. Thank you for adding me again or something. I've had like 3 people recently say, I was on your friends list. I'm like, ah. Yeah, I took a break over the summer. Yeah, I went, took it. Yeah, Miller, did you see the campaigns? Vivek. Sure. Below 50, or no CP. You have 2 campaigns to choose from if you'd like to play with CP. Yep. I don't remember. Nice to meet you. Nice hanging out. We'll talk to you. I'll hit you up per group. Yeah, sure. I'll do my best to be cordial. No. So how's Miller been? Good. Good to hear. Yesterday, I was like, man, I'm gonna message him again. Like, what the hell you been doing? What's going on? What's really going on here? Are you living? Are you dying? Fuck. That's me. That's me. Like, you would. Did you send me one or? How did that go? I think you sent me one day, and I was like, no, I can't right now. No, I'll go to sleep. I think it was maybe it wasn't you. I was playing with Promise, and I see the invite from you, and I go, I got an invite from God. Or no, what did I say? I've seen an angel. He's like, what? Or I've seen a ghost, or something along those lines. I seen a pink unicorn. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, Miller just sent me an invite. He's like, what? He lives. Well, okay. In his defense, you're talking about Capone, right? Okay. In his defense, the last time Capone was in a chat with me was with Promise. Okay? Promise had no idea of your condition. Capone made mention of the fact that you were a flawless conqueror, right? And so then the subject comes up. And, what the fuck were we just talking about? I just went completely blank because the bird squeaked. And then quadriplegic was not a word that Promise understood. Okay? So I had to use my Promise dictionary, as I call it, and make it so he understood it. I said, can't walk, like no arms, no legs, neck down. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, I had a friend in the Caribbean like that, so he understood it. And like, he's asking more, and he's like, what does that mean, though? Like, what does it mean for Miller? Like, and then Kyle said, well, that's why I was kind of concerned, like if he was alive. And Promise is like, well, what if you can't walk? What's that matter? You know, like why does that matter if you die? More or less, in his words. I don't know how exactly how he said it. And I explained to Promise that lifespan, because I looked it all up after you told me, because it kind of freaked me the fuck out. Well, it freaked Kyle the fuck out. He's like, man, I didn't. He didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't understand it at all. He was like me, and he was blindsided. And I'm doing my best to explain it to him from the research I've done. And he's like, man, I don't want to hear this. And I'm like, well, I said the same thing. I said the same exact thing, but then I came to grips with it and went and looked it up, and it was okay. That's what it is. You know? But anyways, yeah, so that could be what prompted him to say, are you alive? Oh, yeah. Oh, they're horrible. It's what's that? What? Oh, I had actually sent you one saying, are you alive? A while back. Like, what's going on? Like, quite a while. This was a long time ago. Are you alive? Like, and you were actually ill at the time. You were taking antibiotics and, like, fucking, I can't, I have to eat with my antibiotics, but I can't fucking eat. I have no appetite. And here I am sitting with boatloads of marijuana, and all I can think is, man, I got the cure right here. You will eat like nobody's business. In fact, Miller, I am now making my own live resin. Um, and basically, like, you could take this. The easiest way to take it as an edible for a patient is to take a piece, wipe it on the back of your teeth, take a cold drink, and it'll flake right off your tooth because it gets hard. You know what hash is like. You know what I mean? You get it cold, it gets hard as fuck. You get it hot, it gets runny. So I mean, you can put it on a piece of bread, throw it down your throat, you're good to go. You don't have to sit there and make cookies with it and do all that crap. Just Rick Simpson is a man who invented a method called the Rick Simpson oil method. Um, I don't really think that he necessarily invented it, but he's well known for it. All he uses is some kind of solvent to get the resin off of the plant. It's just washing the plant is all you're doing. Um, I've just taken his way of doing it and looked at other people's and finally come to a way that I can do it. And what I do is I flash freeze the alcohol and pour it right onto the bud after I freeze it with the nitrogen outside the container, obviously, using liquid nitrogen. And I flash freeze the alcohol, but it's been sitting in the freezer for, months. It just stays in there. And it breaks, the cold obviously hits those trichomes and just drops them right off immediately. And then you start filtering it through all natural filters, all this shit. I'm wearing gloves. I got everything sterilized. Like, I yell at Sarah if she touches anything. Because oh yeah, we're back together. Yeah. So this summer, we split up. And then, um, she broke up with me, and I was pretty devastated, to say the least, the fact that she would do that. And she more or less just said, I, I need space. I need time. I need my space. Okay. And then I need my space. And there was other things, like all these messages that were back and forth between the two of us. Um, I'm asking friends and my mother, what do these messages mean? What does this mean in woman talk? Because I don't, I'm really, exactly. So I'm going to my mom, and unfortunately, one of the girls that I was going to, unbeknownst to me, I thought she was a lesbian. I had no idea. I've always been really, really close to this girl. So I seen her at the store. She's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Honestly, not really good." She's like, "Why?" And I told her. She's like, "Oh, that's horrible." She's like, "I'll come up to your mom's and see you tonight." I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "Meet me at your mom's." So I go down and I meet her, and we talk and stuff, and it's as if it's friendship, it's normal, everything's good. And then a week later, she comes over, she asks if I have any weed. I'm like, "Of course." We start smoking, and then she kisses me, and I didn't resist, I didn't anything. And she has a son, and everything's good. And her, like, we after the kiss, I told her, that that's not what I wanted, kind of thing. I said, it's nothing against you, but I want to know that my feelings for Sarah are not there anymore before I go any further. So I we both kind of ignored the fact that of the kiss, but we couldn't ignore the fact that we were spending more and more time together. And then we were driving down the road, and she went to hold my hand, and I pulled away, and I was like, "No, I said, I can't, not yet, and just wait," because Sarah was asking for time, and I was going to be the gentleman about this and give her time. And then, by happenstance, I met a woman that I had had a crush on for years, and it just so happened that, she was in a relationship, or I was, and, we had known each other for a long time, so we ended up hooking up, and she's got two kids. One's 14 and one's 16. And this is where you were caught up. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, or Madden. Yeah. Yeah, her youngest son was that was his. If you did all your chores and your homework, you got to play 2 games. If you did your chores, you got 1 game of Madden with me. If you did your homework, you got another game. He was no dad, really, really took to a male figure. The older son, the reason we split up was the older son. He looked at her and said, "Fuck you, you fucking bitch, you ain't gonna tell me what to do," and walked out the door and stood at the end of the driveway and called his dad. I said, "You go out and get that kid and you bring him back in here and you show him why you're his parent." And she looked at me and said, "Don't tell me how to raise my kids." Went in the other room and said, "Fuck him, he can go to his dad's." I said, no. And then that was it. I We were still together, and I came home, and I still had feelings for her. We had been together for 3 or 4 months, and things were still new, and I was willing to overlook that because I didn't know all of everything that had taken place in his 16 years of existence. Which was what she said to me, and which is true. I didn't know how much of a pain in the ass he had been. So, in this time, her and I, we didn't really argue or fight about it. I just more or less conceded to the fact that, yep, your kid, nope, yeah, you can do whatever you want. And I just backed off. Matter of fact, I can remember, I just went and took a shower and was thinking to myself, I would never my child would come back in that house, and you bet your ass he would mind. He would not speak to me like that. Like, there's no way. Anyways, I was floored by it. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't get past that. And then there was other things too that were off-putting, that she was, the way she raised her kids. I just couldn't handle it. And no housekeeping whatsoever. Like, I was constantly keeping up after the boys and her and this and that, and I'm just like, wow, I can't do this. There's no way. She's like, well, you're the one who was at home. I'm like, yeah, but you guys don't even try. Like, you get done with something, you leave it. You know how many loaves of bread I threw away? Like, just everything. These kids just didn't give a shit. They wanted to get back to their gaming console as fast as they could. So they just come out, make a sandwich, leave their shit, go. And I'm like, oh, fuck. You couldn't get them to do anything. And I'm like, man, there's no reverting back with these kids. They've gone too far. They're already sucked into today's generation. There was no, the youngest one, I might have been able to save him, because he kind of had a love for the outdoors and was this and that, but at heart he was a mama's boy, so I don't think I really could have saved him. So I just, I came back here, and then Sarah came over. I said, do you have any weed? I'm out and I'm not doing good. And she came over. And I don't know, she probably wouldn't want you telling me this, me telling you this, but I'm honest with you. She had cuts on her arms, or excuse me, on her thighs, on the insides of her thighs. She wasn't wearing shorts, and we hadn't had sex. She asked if she could use the bathtub. She said, my apartment has a stand-up 3x3 shower, and I hate it. She's like, I miss this bathtub. I'm like, yeah, absolutely, go ahead. So she went into the bathtub. I went outside just to be completely out of the scene, so there was no temptation, because I still had feelings for April, the girl I was with. And I came back in. I seen these things on her thighs, and I seen these cuts. She was in a towel, and I told her, look, you can't be doing this type of shit. She cried. She confessed all these things, and finally, in the end, she looked right at me. I wish she would have done this years ago, and we would never have the problems we had. She looked at me and said, Chad, I've always regretted the fact that you made me come home from Illinois, and my grandfather passed away, and I wasn't there. And I told her when she was in Illinois, I did say to her, I am tired of waiting. She had been gone, and I was to the point where, like, you need to come home. I want you to come home. And she came home, and unfortunately her grandfather took a turn for the worse. She thought it was going to be fine. And we both did. And see, we both see the same counselor, and our counselors won't talk to us about each other, but we go see her now as a couple. Like, Sarah goes, I go. Third meeting, we go as a couple. Sarah goes, I go. And yeah, which that's really what we should have done in the beginning of our relationship, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, actively. Yeah, we have to. And what I've noticed, Miller, is each time that we have the third meeting, there's less and less for us to say. It's getting to the point where we know each other, respect each other's space, and we are able to use words instead of throwing things at Chad. And we actually take our medication on time now. I mean, and Sarah finally come out and admitted that, like, look, This has been my fault. I've been harboring this anger and this hatred. I've had this animosity towards Chad because of, you know, him, my grandfather and all this stuff. And when my grandfather, oh, and this is the other thing, when my grandfather did die, he showed zero emotion. He showed zero anything. He did not comfort me. He wasn't there for me, and I didn't. Because my father's death was so fresh to me, I didn't know how to be there for someone else. I was still in grieving. I'm still grieving my father's death, but not as severely as I am now. Now, the situation just came up again. Out in Illinois, again, her aunt, which is her mother's side's only living relative now, because the grandfather died. So the aunt is the only one. Lung cancer, went and had it treated, spots on the lungs, found spots on the brain, removing one, starting treatment on the other two. And I've been there every moment. I've been there absolutely every single moment, and it is killing me to do it. But what I've noticed is it's actually helping me with my dad's loss, because not thinking about it as much. I'm like more focused on her and her pain and her, and I have a better understanding. Like, I know how to be there for somebody who's lost somebody now. You know, the only loss I had experienced before my dad was my grandfather, and my grandfather never said I love you to me, ever. Not one time. But we knew that I knew he loved me. I spent almost every day with him. I worked with him. He was my best friend. There was no doubt in my mind. But my father, on the other hand, was the complete opposite. Very genuine, affectionate. You know, I love you. You're my world. You know, you felt as if he revolved around you. You were like, you know, letters and, you know, stuff